Hi, my name is Amanda and this is George. And in today's edition of Cooped Up with a Carter in the Kitchen, we're going to show you how to make Thomas Cole's cookies for cooped up canines. Inspired by A Hunter's Return, painted by Thomas Cole in 1845. In this painting, we see a hunter returning from his hunt to his cottage in the woods. And although the scene is quite domestic, it's set in a very wild-looking mountain landscape. Cole is very interested in nature and wanted to preserve its beauty in his art. At this time, industrialization was underway, and as the economy grew, so did the destruction of the wilderness. Cole included warnings in his paintings, like chop down trees in the foreground, to show people what would happen as we continue to destroy nature. But what about the dogs? In this painting, the inclusion of dogs really add a sense of love to the sweet family scene. In fact, the dogs were the first thing that drew me in when I saw this painting. I rarely cook, but when I do, it's for my boy George. So we're excited to show you how to make these cookies. For our cookies, we're gonna need 1 cup natural creamy peanut butter, 3/4 cup non-fat milk, 1 large egg, 2 cups of whole wheat flour, a tablespoon of baking powder, 1/3 cup of oats, and 2 to 3 strips of cooked bacon. All right, the thing about this recipe that's nice is that it's a 1 bowl recipe. So you're gonna add your milk, egg, and peanut butter. Be sure to preheat your oven to 325 while you're mixing together the ingredients. Hey George, could you preheat the oven for me? Next, we're going to add the flour and the baking powder. Cooking for your family is so much fun. It makes me wonder what they were cooking in the family scene in A Hunter's Return. We know it was such a domestic scene with the flowers planted, the vegetable garden, laundry strewn about, and kids and dogs playing in the front yard. Mix together until your dough is thick and heavy. Next up, add your bacon. You might want a little help from this one. Then add in your oats. Because the dough is really thick, you will need to turn the dough out onto a floured work surface and use your hands to mix together. All right, so now you're gonna knead the dough and then flatten it out with your floured rolling pin. Then you're gonna cut your flattened dough into shapes. For George, we're using a bone-shaped cookie cutter. Now you're gonna put each cookie onto a baking pan covered with parchment paper. And don't worry, they don't have to be perfect. I don't think George will care if it's in a perfect bone shape. When your oven is preheated, bake for 18 to 20 minutes or until very lightly browned on the bottom. Remove them from the oven and flip to bake for 10 to 12 more minutes on the other side. When the cookies have cooled, arrange them on a plate so you and your dog can enjoy a nice, delicious snack together. When your cookies have cooled, go ahead and share them with your best friend. Looks like he likes them.